Hey, it's Attorney General Josh Stein with our latest edition of Civics with Stein, and I want to talk about the Bill of Rights this time and the next time. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about the history, then I'll talk about the substance. And there's some interesting history as it relates to North Carolina, because North Carolina was one of the states whose rejection of the Constitution because of a lack of Bill of Rights helped to convince Congress to adopt the Bill of Rights and submit it to the states for their consideration, as I'll talk about in 1 minute. So the Articles of Confederation, which was the original governing document, did not work for the country. There was no centralized government, no ability to get debt or coordinate the national government. So we had the Constitutional Convention in 1787. Madison and Hamilton, of course, were the big champions. They were the Federalists. The Federalists wanted to have a stronger national government as opposed to a loose confederation of states, which each retained its own authority and powers. So Constitutional Convention happened, 1787, sends the Constitution for ratification to all the states. And North Carolina considered the Constitutional Convention first in Hillsborough in late 1788. There were two factions, and this was true all over the country. The Federalists, William Davies, and the Anti-Federalists, a guy named Willie Jones. They were both from Halifax County, coincidentally. And at that point in North Carolina, the Anti-Federalists held sway. Those who were states' rights proponents, people who were fearful of having a stronger national centralized government. And at that vote in Hillsborough, it was an overwhelming defeat for the ratification. They didn't reject it, they just didn't ratify it. And it was something like 184 to 84. We're now into 1789. A couple of things important that happened. First, George Washington was elected president, February 1789. What's interesting is that only 10 states participated in that election, not North Carolina, well, New York for a technical reason, but North Carolina and Rhode Island did not participate because they hadn't ratified the Constitution yet. The first 10 had by that point. Second major development in 1789 was that Congress adopted the Bill of Rights for consideration to the states in September 1789. And so that then got sent around to all the states for ratification of the amendments to the Constitution, the first 10 amendments. It was actually 12. I'll talk about that next time. And it was enough to help make a major difference so that when North Carolina met again in Fayetteville in November of 1789, the passage of the Bill of Rights, of the Constitution, the ratification of it, and the joining of the United States of America happened for North Carolina, the 12th state to do so. And soon thereafter, the Bill of Rights were adopted because North Carolina was one of the states that held out until we had the Bill of Rights. And I will talk about that in my next Civics with Stein. Thank you.